Hey guys, my name is Stacy Teagues and I'm going to give you my perspective on how I teach and go through a Zyto Compass scan with a brand new person. So you're brand new, you know nothing about this, and I'm sitting down with you and I'm going to explain exactly how this works in my mind because we all think differently and we were all taught differently, and I'm here to give you a perspective and maybe something different than, you know, you haven't heard from somebody else. So when someone wants to do this, I first off explain it's kind of weird. It's like the lie detector test because basically it just reads the vibration and the frequency from your hand on this cradle. And with the cool technology we have with Zyto, it's able to scan things virtually through this scanner, you know, kind of like a lie detector test, except someone's asking you questions when you have the lie detector test, and these little prongs are on your finger, and you know, what's your name, where you're from, and all that's normal, right? So we're getting a base range when we're asking you these questions. But then when different things are thrown at you like a question, your body's got to respond differently. So kind of like this, but we're not asking you the questions. The technology is sending virtual items through this, and your body has to respond. It's kind of really cool. So this cradle part piece was approved by the FDA. Okay, that's really cool, right? Because we all know about frequencies, and what's really not approved is the software to our products that it's attached to. Because then we'd be treating you, we'd be diagnosing you, we'd be the doctor, and we're like the farthest thing from the doctor. So we just want to give you a baseline of where you can start. And most people will resonate with what's on their scan, and you know, take it for what it is. Is it 100% accurate? No. Is anything 100%? No. Is everyone's word 100%? No. So I just teach people to educate themselves and learn something new that they didn't know yesterday. So I actually went to the YouTube video of who made this and where he came from and why he developed this compass for all of us to help people maybe sleep better, poop better, less stress, and to give you a baseline to where you start. So that's how I teach people what this is like. So they're sitting down. Some people charge for this, which I think you should, because it's a lot of time, and this is a costly thing. And basically, I tell them that we're going to scan 172 biomarkers in your body, right? We're gonna talk about digestive, cardiovascular, emotional things, just a few things, because the average person cannot absorb all these different systems and even comprehend what you're saying. So I keep it pretty basic in the beginning, and we're gonna scan those, and then you're gonna come up with a base range. You're gonna come up with a number out of those. Out of the scan you have, and we're going to base the rest of the report on that number. So the average is 5 to 20 as your range. Now, 5 being low, you could be tired, fatigued, or maybe you're a younger child or you're a toddler. Younger kids have usually a smaller range, is what I've been seeing. And I'm not the expert, but I'm just sharing what I know with you guys. So, and the higher ranges could be like 20 plus. You could be kind of stressed out. You could have gotten to the airport and you lost your passport, and you're now at the scan, and you're all freaking out, and you're all like tensed up, and that's what gives you your range. Now that's not good, that's not bad, it's just who you are right now at the time, and we're going to roll with that number. Okay, and we'll compare that number to any other number that's on the scan. So as we go through this, when it comes to these baseline numbers with the reds, I say reds out, greens in. It's not good, it's not bad, it's Stacy. That's my report, okay? And I don't talk about product. Like, I don't go into multi-greens, rosemary, detoxazyme. I don't go into those. I tell the person that I'm talking to, these are great things we can talk about later, but right now I want to get to why that came up. What's the root cause of why that showed up on your report? And then we'll go from there. I keep it really simple in the beginning. And that kind of takes the pressure off products. I mean, think about it. They're already skeptical, kind of, that they're doing this weird thing, and they're putting and then now you're trying to tell them what products to buy right away out of the chutes. I don't even go there. I just scroll down, and I get to the good stuff, because that's more concerning to me, is the bottom line, baseline, where to start. So in their areas, I talk about the 4 core. This is the meat and potatoes for me. And I say, okay, anything over the red line, let's talk about. All right, anything maybe under, we'll maybe go through a little bit. In this report, you can download 5 pages or 20 pages. And you got to decide how much time you have and if that person really wants to know it all. Some people don't care. Some people say, just give me the meat. Just tell me one thing I need to change. Give me one thing. You got to ask them up front. Are you a detailed person? Do you really want to know every single thing on this report? Because if not, it's a waste of your time. Okay? And I just, again, want to help people that want to help themselves. That's why I do this. Okay? So detoxification system, gut, hormones, and immune system. Now, what's really cool is I put together a pretty big report on this Zyto compass that talks about all the stressors. It talks about heavy metals, hydration, esophagus, what's an endocrine disruptor, what's connective joint tissue, what's complacency, what's colon, all the hormones and all the systems are explained in this document. And I will put a link on there if you'd like to purchase that for me. That would be great. If not, you can look them up on your own, make your own notes, and do your own homework like I did. It took me months to put this together. And I just feel it's a time saver. I've done almost 400 scans, and I was looking at writing the same thing. And my team wants to share this with people and help them. So I'm duplicating my time is what I'm doing. Okay? We'll talk about that later. So these system areas, again, this can be a lot for some people. So only go through the big ones. And as I'm going through them, like at the time, my detoxification system, frustrated. Yeah, we're frustrated at a lot of things. And I don't spend a lot of time. I let the person that's receiving this kind of decide for themselves. And, it could be something from the past. It could be something that they've stored for a while and they've been frustrated with for years. And it's all stored in the amygdala, right? If we don't let go of those emotions, they stay with us, okay? And you'll see in this guide that I printed more details on how you can spell that out. But bacteria, anger, again, the emotions are all tied to organs. So this is based off the Chinese medicine framework of emotions. All our emotions are tied to our organs. So if you got your emotional health in check, you're like golden. But most people live on emotions. They live from day to day on an emotion and a feeling and all these feelings that create havoc and stress in our bodies. And did you know 75% of all doctor visits are caused from stress? So what if you got this in check and we, maybe an oil came up. So 5 oils come up in here, 5 products come up. And I say, don't try all 5. Try one that resonates with you. Try one that you feel would work for you, like you kind of need some help with. Maybe it's really stressed. Maybe your memory's shot. Maybe, you need some, other things. But some people, because we have oils and we have supplements. Now, here's a big thing. So some people aren't familiar with oils. Like they think they're voodoo, they're expensive. That bottle that showed up, they're like, oh my gosh, Exodus 2, I really need that. How much is that? Okay, some people just aren't geared yet towards the oil world, the aromatherapy, because it's not a habit for them. They've never heard of oils. And now you're doing the scan on them and they're like, whoa, all these, and it's, so for me in the beginning, the first scan I do is all supplements because people know how to, take a capsule. People know how to open this up and take a, Power Jives. People know how to maybe drink some Ningxia Red or drink the best product we have that absorbs better because it's liquid. Those are simple things. It's alkaline, it's detoxazyme, it's essentialzymes, all those things that are vital. And they have essential oil in them. So I start with just supplements. And if they want to do that for 90 days and come back, I'll give them a free scan for the second one. I'll go with that. And then we'll pull oils in, right? Because the kit they get, right, has a bunch of oils in there. We can talk about what they're used for. And in their scan, we can say, oh, you got a little stress, you've got some anger. Well, let's put some purification on your liver. Let's talk about that. So different things you can work with as you grow in learning how to use the Zyto compass. And again, I'm not the expert, but I go through all of these stressors. And again, you don't want to print 20 pages. Some people, I have people on my team, which is awesome, that print this whole thing and put it in a folder, and then they follow up. They've got their card information and things, and then they give that away. I don't. I email it. And Some people say, if you print it, they got it in front of them because out of sight, out of mind. It could go into their trash. They might not follow up. They might not ever respond to your email again. So how are you going to follow up with the person that did this scan? You took an hour, 2 hours out of your time to do that. What does that look like in your business, and where is that scheduled on your calendar to follow up? Okay, that's huge. This is sometimes so overwhelming for people that I just say, where do you want to start? Was there one thing you love? Want to try it for 90 days? I'll show you how to do it. Maybe you want to start with a $45 membership kit, and then you add on a Powergize and an Ink Red, and that's how we get you started. And then you get on Essential Rewards, so you try it for 90 days, and then I'll scan you again. Because if you don't try something, I will not rescan you. Because what's the point? That scan just was a waste. They got a couple hours of some information, and then they went back into their regular day and completely forgot about it. Right? So I just really want to help people that want to help themselves. So I always say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about this scan? Does this mean anything to you? Are you resonating with that? Does this make sense? Again, having this these cheat sheets is going to help you and your team be successful in this. And compliancy, these are two separate things in my mind. And I just feel that's the only way to get a baseline of where to start somebody with natural care products, no matter what it is. So that's where I'm going with this, and I will put a link if you want to start using this system. Anyway, I feel there's so much more to this report, but less is best sometimes for some people, and again, getting that knowledge before you address some of these items. So at the end, I usually have a couple kits with me, and where do you want to start? And I have a Facebook group. I can put you in that, and we can talk, and you can learn from there. And maybe I'll check in with you in a couple weeks to see what you think. And I close with, maybe you want to try one product. That's a good way to get it. It's a good way. It comes right to your door. You get it at retail, and you get a great product, and it's one thing that maybe could help with something that came up with on your scan. The better way is this. I have a premium starter kit. I show them this 12 oils with the kit or with a diffuser, and some of those oils in there will help with what came up on their scan in an oil way. But there's some Ink Red in there. There's diffusing options for stress. All these things in that kit. That's $165 plus tax and shipping. Maybe you just want to start there. And then the best way, maybe now or later, is to get that kit, but then get on Essential Rewards. Get on a 90-day program so you can come back and rescan that person after 90 days and say, wow, that number went way down. Maybe you've cut glyphosate. Maybe you eat organic now. Maybe you do non-GMO products. Some of that stuff that comes up is like, maybe you quit drinking bottled water, and water contaminants is less. Okay, so we're just here to give you a perspective of what's going on in your body in a generalized way, and how we can support that with a supplement or an oil, or maybe you need to eat differently, okay? Because it's all about food, you guys. Food is medicine. So I hope this video helped. And again, I know I always have in this information that you're getting, if you want to order that from me, I put resources in that they're vital to teaching people beyond this compass, right? Teaching people beyond the scan. Another thing you need to know too is their hand needs to be warm and not dry and calloused. I've had some dandies, and get it wet. I've done this kind of wet a little bit, and make sure you get that good connection. And if you take the hand off and you're replacing it, it'll just go back to where it left off, so you don't have to start over. So just some tips, and you don't want to move this cradle around at all. This is like $400, and you pay $50 a month for the membership. So it's online, everything's updated all the time. You have service with that. So I love it. If you want one of these too, I can help you with that. I'll give you my link after this video. But some of you just wanted this information, and maybe you want to purchase this huge guide that I've put together over several months to help you and guide your potential members or your existing members with your business. And I'm all about Young Living. If you have any questions or things I need to hear about, please share them. Have a great day.